Parshas Ki Savo Tov Shin Pei Hey. We're just about a week and a half before Rosh Hashanah. So when you look through the Nesivos Shalom, well, first of all, Nesivos Shalom has a lot on the Parsha this week. A lot of different things in the Parsha. And besides that, as we're getting closer to Rosh Hashanah, we want to try to get some Rosh Hashanah Yonim. So tonight's year, we're just going to try to put the ideas of this week's Parsha and Rosh Hashanah together. And you'll let me know. I hope it's all going to fit in nicely together. And the Baalei Musar tell us that the root of taivas that a person has and the actions that play out as a result of people's taivas, the root of that is the midah of yeshus. The Chassidish Sfarim speak a lot about that. Bittul yeshus. What is yeshus? So yeshus means that a person feels that they themselves are really something. Yeah, it's me. It's about me, and I deserve things, and I need things. And once people are focused in on themselves, that they think that they, as an individual, they as a person, have things coming to them, and that they are something, so the Baalei Musar tell us that's the beginning of people making either a conscious or subconscious decision to treat themselves to every taiva and every tainug that's out there, because the world revolves around me, and since it's about me, so I deserve everything, and I'm going to treat myself to things which are not necessarily good and not necessarily mutter either. A person starts to feel, it's coming to me, so of course I can do this and I can do that, because once again, it's about me. And a big part of our avodah, once again, continuing on the derech that the Baalei Musar speak about Rosh Hashanah and Elul, a big part of the avodah in this world is to push back on that. To not always feel that we should be giving in to everything that we see. As soon as they advertise something new, this on the billboards, this in the periodicals that you get for Shabbos, and whatever it is, everybody feels that I have to have this, I need to have this, it's a necessity, it's the new standard, we have to raise the bar, whatever. And I'm not here to judge any specific thing. I'm just here to talk about the general idea that we have to understand that the world does not revolve around pleasuring ourselves, getting every new thing just to make ourselves happy. We shouldn't always feel that we're giving in to every luxury and every taiva out there. Chazal tell us in our parsha to try to bring out this thought. The Nesivos Shalom talks about it in a few different ways, but Chazal speak about the mitzvah of bikurim. Beginning of our parsha speaks about bikurim, and one of the very interesting chazals about bikurim is that it says that bikurim fulfills the tachlis of the world. This one mitzvah, very interestingly, this one mitzvah, the mitzvah of bikurim, is fulfilling the tachlis of the bria, and that it's kedai for the entire world to have been created for this mitzvah of bikurim. Now, if I asked you, without knowing any of this, which mitzvah in the Torah would you say? So I got tefillin, right? Make tzitzis, whatever it is you could. I'm not sure that bikurim would be your answer to the tachlis of the world, and that the whole world would be kedai to be created just for the mitzvah of bikurim. So why is that? So Nesivos Shalom tells us, and he's going to bring together the two thoughts that we just spoke about, the thought of the Baalei Musar and now the thought of Chazal. These two thoughts, says in Nesivos Shalom, are very, very connected to each other. On one hand, the inyan of being mevatel our midas hayeshus, like we spoke about, something we're all going to be working on starting from today. where we feel that it's not about us and the world does not revolve around us as individuals, and the uniqueness and the chashivas of mitzvos bikurim. Nesivos Shalom said both of those ideas, he says, come from the same idea. Let's think for a second. When a person brings bikurim, right? Let's understand for a moment what is transpiring over here. What happens by the mitzvah of bikurim? So you have this person, he goes out and he plants, he goes out, he seeds, he plants his field, he works on it after, he waters it, irrigates, right? Cultivates the field. He does many, many different types of work on the field, and he maintains this crop, maintains this field, that something really nice should come out of the field. And what happens over here? He puts in so much hard work after the planting and the taking care of it and everything. So what would be the natural reaction of a person when the fruit finally comes out of the field? I'll tell you what the natural reaction is. The natural reaction is to take the fruit off the tree and take a huge bite out of it. I mean, make a bracha first, okay? But take a huge bite, you make a butter for your eggs, yes, kavana, no kavana, whatever it is, but you take the fruit and you take a huge bite. I worked so hard, delicious fruit, and it was my work and my watering the field and my taking care of it and my whatever, climate control, greenhouse, whatever you want to talk about. I put so much work into it, so I want to enjoy this. So what happens over here? However, the Torah teaches us something very, very important. That's not what a Yid does. You don't do that. What does a Yid do? A Yid does what we spoke about at the beginning of this year. A Yid is mevatel themselves, and you take that first fruit and you give it to Hashem. You acknowledge and you realize, yeah, maybe you watered the field. Who gave you the water? Yeah, you planted the seeds. Who gave you the seeds? Yeah, you walked through the field and you plowed and whatever. Who gave you your feet to walk on? Who gave you everything to be able to take care of your field? So we're mevatel ourselves, and we take that first fruit and we say, Hashem, this is for you. And that is bikurim. Even though, if you think about it, once again, what are you giving to Hashem over here? It's not like you're taking your first set of your gold watch that you got, right, as a chassan, and you're saying, Hashem, this is for you. You're not taking your new model car. You're not taking anything. You're giving Hashem a fruit. And it's because you're giving Hashem this fruit, the whole world is kedai to have been created for this. I mean, it's not very expensive at all. So it says in the Nesivos Shalom, in a beautiful way, it says, we're not discussing monetary value. It's not about geld. Merat nishvan geld over here. Things that we focus on, how important it is to have money, do money, buy money, this, that, whatever it is. That's not what our focus is. Our focus is the most important lesson that we're learning, that we are in this world to learn a specific lesson and to internalize this lesson, that it's not us and it's not about us, because alone we can do nothing. We're recognizing that we're mevatel ourselves, but we're being mevatel ourselves for a fantastic reason, because we really have no control. We really have no strength. We really have no say. It is always about and for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Everything was given to us as a gift from Hashem, and alone we can't do anything. And just as when, Be'ezus Hashem, we're going to come to Yom Kippur in a couple of weeks, is going to be Yom Kippur, it's right around the corner. And what do we do on Yom Kippur? On Yom Kippur, we recite vidui. Why do we say vidui on Yom Kippur? We say vidui for averos that were done. Hashem gave us this fantastic opportunity to fess up, to say we messed up a little bit, we blew it, we weren't that great, but we want to be better. We say vidui on Yom Kippur. Just like this vidui on Yom Kippur for averos, the Torah tells us here too. Do you know that bikurim you read the beginning of the parsha, it's a whole thing of vidui. When you come and you bring bikurim, there's vidui also, but it's a different type of vidui, says in the Nesivos Shalom. The vidui of Yom Kippur is because something negative happened. We may have slipped up, so we say vidui. But the vidui by bikurim is for a positive reason. It's a vidui of being mevatel ourselves out of hakaras hatoiv to Hashem. As the Sifri tells us on our pasuk of the Anisa v'Amarta, at the beginning of the parsha, the Anisa v'Amarta, what does the Sifri tell us, brought down by Rashi? She'eincha kafui toiv. The focus and the purpose of bikurim is that we're not kafui toiv. We have hakaras hatoiv. We're mevatel ourselves. It's not about us. We're recognizing that everything that we have and everything that we do is only because of the Chesed Hashem. And at the end, the Torah tells us, what do we do? At the end of the Parsha Bikurim, the Torah says, V'ishtachavisa, this ishtachava. You're going to bow down. What's this bowing down about? The bowing down is to express the ultimate bittul. We will do it on Yom Kippur also. When you say Korim, you bow down. Bow down is an expression of, I'm being mevatel myself to something. I'm being mevatel myself to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And when you bow down, you're lowering yourself. You're bringing out that message that it's not about me. When you bow your entire physical body to Hashem. And that's the great lesson from the mitzvah of Bikurim, that we're given so much, we have so much. Okay, in those times, most people were farmers, and they were given a crop. They grew such beautiful fruit, which is a tremendous miracle. But even us today, who most of us are not working the field, we have to have hakaras hatoiv to Hashem, that we give Hashem our first fruit over us. We give Hashem other things in our life. We give Hashem our time, our attention, whatever it is that's most dear and most important to us. We take that and we say, Hashem, I'm not taking it all for myself. Hashem, you gave me a beautiful, whatever it is, your house, it's your car, it's whatever in the physical world it is. We say, Hashem, you know what? I have to give you back something big. You make me so happy. You're giving me health. You're giving me children. You're giving me a shidduch. You're giving me parnasa. Whatever it is, Hashem, I owe you, because none of this could happen without you. So in this week's parsha, we learned that lesson sign for Rosh Hashanah that we're coming up to right now. Remember, Rosh Hashanah is a time of being mevatel ourselves, and being mevatel ourselves means, straight out, it means that when it comes to Rosh Hashanah, you have to thank Hashem for everything that Hashem gives you. You have to be makir toiv, that nothing that you have can be there or can happen without HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So we're mevatel ourselves to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that mitzvah of bikurim. We say, no, it's not me. It's not me. I'm taking a big bite out of that fruit. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, before I take a bite out of the fruit, I'm bringing it to you. I'm being makir that it's all about you. So it's a lesson for life, a lesson in our parsha, a lesson about Bikurim, but it's a lesson that we can carry over in a week and a half from now. When we come to Rosh Hashanah, we carry over. We say, Hashem, yeah, we're going to say vidui, but there's another vidui. There's a vidui of hakaras hatoiv, a vidui of saying, Hashem, it's not about me. It's all about you, and I have a tremendous amount of hakaras hatoiv for that.